at Robbie Radford here, giving you one of the coolest intros to a YouTube video possible. I just want to thank Eric for the opportunity to let us do these intros. I'm a big fan of First Thing in the Morning. And most importantly, I want to thank him and congratulate him for hitting the 100 subscribers mark, because it only goes up from here. Remember guys, don't be an asshole gaming online. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Ty the cameraman, because we're here in Oulu, Finland, one of the most northern points of Scandinavia, and we're still sending this across no matter what happens. So I just want to give a quick thank you, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Thank you very much, Robbie, for that fantastic intro. I'm glad that shitty Finnish Wi-Fi is not holding you back. Now let's get into my raw reactions first thing in the morning. The show kicks off live this week from Omaha, Nebraska, wherever the fuck that is. Kicks off with an episode of the highlight reel. Now Chris Jericho comes down to the ring and takes credit for Ambrose not being on the show tonight. He put Ambrose on the shelf just like he did to Mitch the Plant. Now he says that both Ambrose and Mitch ignored the veritable force that is Chris Jericho. The tsunami that is Chris Jericho can't relate to people like us. He's not that low on the totem pole. We should all look up to Chris Jericho, and we should drink in the awesome gift that Jericho is offering us, which is himself. Jericho also claims that Mitch the Plant is worth more to the WWE than Dean Ambrose is, which, yeah, makes sense. Big Cass's music hits and he makes his way down to the ring. Now he tells Jericho that he doesn't understand the new era. Well, Cass is here to put Jericho on notice. The new era is here. It has arrived in the form of Big Cass, and that Jericho is standing in his way. Now how does Jericho respond to this? He tells Cass to run off to the hospital to join Enzo. Ooh, you want some ice for that burn? Big Cass then challenges Y2J2 of match. Now Jericho starts taking off his jacket, he starts taking off his scarf, like all real men do before a fight. And it looks like these two are gonna get at it right here, right now. It's gonna be Big Cass versus Chris Jericho in the opening match of Monday Night Raw. Or so we thought. Now Jericho calmly makes his way out of the ring. He doesn't have time for this kind of nonsense. He's not gonna waste his time with Big Cass. Now Big Cass gets on the mic and says that there is only one word to describe him, and he's gonna spell it out for us. No, I'm not really gonna do it. So Jericho does not like this, so he runs to the ring, gets up on the apron, and right to the fucking dome. Big Cass nails him with a big boot, sending Jericho flying to the back. We go backstage now. We see Chris Jericho, who runs into Stephanie McMahon. Now he wants Stephanie's help to end this new era, end this era of disrespect for veterans like Chris Jericho. And he says that he clearly knows that the problem lies with Shane and not with Stephanie. Now Stephanie disagrees and says she thinks that Shane's doing a great job, and that later on tonight in the main event we should see a Chris Jericho versus Big Cass match. So she makes it happen because, you know, she can do that kind of thing. Our first matchup tonight pits Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler in like their 1500th match since Corbin debuted. Seriously, can we not find someone else to face Baron Corbin, please? Now, I just want to take this second before I get into this match to discuss something that's been bothering me for a while. It's been on the inside, and I need to get it out. If I don't, I fear something bad might happen. Can someone explain to me what the hell is wrong with Baron Corbin's belly button? I mean, it looks like this, for Christ's sakes.
It looks like this. It looks like a giant fucking mouth in the middle of his stomach.
So the match begins, and it basically immediately goes to the outside where the two men are brawling. Corbin throws Ziggler into the barricade, then goes for a big boot. Ziggler dodges this, and some poor fucking security guard who is facing the opposite direction almost took a big boot right to the back of the head. I kind of had my fingers crossed because those security guards are always fucking dickheads when I go to see WWE shows, so fuck you, security guards. Despite this being the 1000th time we've seen Corbin face Ziggler, I thought it was an okay TV match. Corbin looked good during this match. Big fan of Corbin. I like what they're doing with him, although I'd like to see him dominate a bit more in his matches. He won this match with the End of Days. I want to talk about the Deep Six. I think that's a really, really cool move. I hope he adds it and keeps using it. High impact, and it got a pretty good pop from the crowd. And I'd like to see them push Corbin a little bit more as more of a dominant type heel, as opposed to a guy who kind of just wins by the skin of his teeth. We go backstage now with Shane McMahon, Charlotte, and Ric Flair. Now, Charlotte and Rick are petitioning to have Rick back ringside at Extreme Rules. Now, Shane says not only will Stephanie's decision stand at Extreme Rules, but Shane will extend it to tonight. So, during Charlotte's match against Paige, Rick is barred from ringside. Still backstage now because that's what people buy tickets for. AJ, Anderson, and Gallows are backstage with JoJo. Now they recap what happened last week on Raw, where Roman Reigns tossed AJ through the announce table. Now AJ said that last week he had the chance to cave in Roman's skull with a steel chair, but he took the high road. But next time, he will not hesitate to destroy Roman. He says that the club is back together. They had all this time since they signed AJ, Anderson, and Gallows, and they come up with the fucking club. I mean, at this point, I would have preferred the ammunition club to just the club. The club. That's not menacing. Oh no, here comes the club. We better run away. Here. Oh no, it's the club. Alright, Fandango versus R-Truth. R-Truth won. There you go. Backstage once again with Kevin Owens, The Miz, Cesaro, Stephanie, and Shane McMahon. Now, Steph makes a match for Extreme Rules between Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and the champion Miz for his Intercontinental title. Sami Zayn barges into the room and demands to be added to that list. But he'll earn it. Sami says, hey, don't worry about it. I'll earn it. So Shane makes a match. If Sami Zayn can beat The Miz tonight live on Raw, then he will be entered into the match at Extreme Rules, and instead of a triple threat, we will have a fatal four-way match. How Kevin Owens still hasn't gotten a one-on-one rematch is beyond me. Shane, can see what you're doing, and I don't like it. Stop messing with my boy KO. My voice cracked there. That's how serious I am. Oh, great. It's a Charlotte versus Paige match. My two favorite women wrestlers in the entire world going at it on Monday Night Raw. Cool. Here's what happened with this match. I was watching it. I was bored. My girlfriend brought me ravioli, so I ate the ravioli. I didn't pay attention to the match. Sorry. Up next, we have The Miz versus Sami Zayn. Now, if Sami Zayn wins, he's in the match for the Intercontinental Championship at Extreme Rules. Now, this was a pretty good match. If you ask me, The Miz could be MVP so far in 2016. In WWE, with Sami Zayn not too far behind him. Now, you put these two guys who are having really good matches together, and what do you get? You get another good TV match. I really enjoyed it, back and forth the entire time. In the end, Sami Zayn hits the exploder suplex into the corner and then caps it off with a Helluva kick for the 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn is going to Extreme Rules for his shot at the Intercontinental Championship. Backstage once again, but this time with Renee Young, wearing a beautiful red dress. Lady in red! Oh yeah, Becky Lynch was there too, and Renee brings up the eye poke from her match last week with Emma. Now, Emma claims that it was an accident, but Becky's not falling for it. She knows what kind of girl Emma is, and she says that the next time they meet, she's gonna get a serious lass-kicking. I like puns, but that's kind of shitty, Becky. Now, from out of nowhere, Emma pops up and she's all, hey, what are you talking about? That was totally an accident, bro. You know, you should probably have eyes in the back of your head. Wham! Dana Brooke from NXT comes out, beats the shit out of Becky Lynch, just leaves her crumpled in a pile of hair dye and makeup on the floor. We have another backstage promo. But this time Kevin Owens is involved again, so I don't really mind. So, we have Kevin Owens with Shane McMahon. Zack Ryder? Now, Zack Ryder says that his dreams were fulfilled at WrestleMania when he won the Intercontinental Championship, which was bullshit! He just says that maybe his title reign wasn't long, but he wants to fight for an opportunity. He wants in that fatal four-way match. So what does Shane, again, in his infinite fucking wisdom, do? He makes a match between Kevin Owens and Zack Ryder. Now, if Kevin Owens loses, he loses his spot in the match. What are you thinking, Shane? How does that make sense? You owe him a rematch. One-on-one for his title. Now you're putting his title shot in jeopardy against... Backstage again with Roman Reigns and his two little annoying cousins. They say that tonight is about two things, family and kicking ass. Tonight, they're going to kick the club's ass, and that at Extreme Rules, Roman is going to beat down AJ Styles once and for all. And I really still hate his promos. Just shut up. Just stop talking. Just shut up. We got Sin Cara versus Rusev next, and alright, who wouldn't pay top dollar for a Sin Cara versus Rusev match? Rusev was pretty dominant this entire match. I mean, Sin Cara did manage to fight his way back in towards the end, but Rusev just kicked his fucking head into the third row. What happened here was that Kalisto got onto the apron distracting the referee. Now Lana sees this and was like, well, fuck that shit. If he's doing it, I'm gonna do it too. So she jumps up onto the apron. Now while the ref is tending to her, Kalisto, well, he kicks Rusev in the head. I just wasn't gonna kick my own hand because I'm not that flexible. Yeah, he kicks Rusev in the head. Sin Cara rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, Sin Cara defeated Rusev with Kalisto's help. Up next, we have the Roman Empire versus the Club. Now, I was really looking forward to this match, and if you know me at all, you know there's only one way that I watch this match, and that is with pants off. Fuck you, pants! This match started off with some hard-hitting offense from both teams. The first man eliminated was Jey Uso. Now, he was eliminated by Carl Anderson when Anderson got him in a roll-up and held on to those tights. A handful of them. Had so much tights in his hands. 1, 2, 3, get the fuck out of here, Uso. Unfortunately, Carl Anderson was in turn eliminated by Jimmy Uso, who then was in turn eliminated by the commercial break. That's right. He was in the match before the break. We go to break. We come back. He's gone. And what does WWE do? They just give us one of those shitty little replays where they split the screen into two, where you try to pay attention to the match that's actually happening, but your attention is drawn to the replay, so you miss stuff. You know, you could just save us the fucking hemorrhage every week by just showing us the fucking match, and anything that's not important, you put on the commercial break. Why would you put an elimination during the commercial break? I'm having a nervous breakdown. So it gets down to AJ versus Roman Reigns. They battle out to the outside. Now AJ looks at the announce table and he gets flashbacks from last week. He starts shaking. He's like, he put me through the table. So he goes and he wants to do the same thing to Roman. But what does Roman do? He throws him into the apron. Then he picks him and he fucking launches him. I mean, launches him into Cole's chair. It was pretty intense. They were throwing each other around like they were ragdolls. Fantastic stuff. I can't say enough good things about this feud. I know I talk a lot of shit on here, but man, fuck, this is a great feud. Probably the best feud in recent memory. I'm loving every minute of it, and I can't wait to see how this plays out. Great stuff! I love it! After the match, to be expected, there was this big crazy brawl that happened with all 6 men coming back down. Anderson and Gallows cleared the Usos out of the ring. Roman Reigns speared the shit out of both of the club members. They got tossed out of the ring, and it came down to Roman and AJ, who were kind of playing hot potato with a chair. Like, you take it. No, you take the chair. No, you take the chair. In the end, AJ kind of chucked it towards Roman's feet, and he was begging him, come on, pick it up, bend over so I can hit you with the phenomenal forearm. So Roman bends over. AJ goes to hit him with the phenomenal forearm, misses, dives over Roman, and rolls out the ring. They just kind of stare at each other awkwardly at the end. Why do wrestlers always do that? Like, that's never happened to me, where I get into an argument with someone and it ends by this. Next up, we got Kevin Owens versus Zack Ryder. This match never should have happened. It never should have taken place. KO should have had the red carpet rolled out for him all the way to Extreme Rules. But no. Shane McMahon makes him fight for his spot in the Fatal 4-Way match at Extreme Rules with fucking Zack Ryder. KO dominated this match. Ryder had no offense whatsoever. Didn't even get a single punch in. Kevin Owens dominated. That's exactly how the match went. Don't even try to tell me anything different. Backstage with Renee Young again. Don't worry, I won't sing. Who's with Big Cass now, who dedicates his upcoming match with Y2J to Enzo. He then also says, in honor of Enzo, that bada boom, he'll be the last man standing in the room. Then he gets a little bit too close to Renee, winks at her, and says, how you doing? Easy, Big Cass. Easy, my man. Renee is the Broskies. She's just fucking around with Ambrose because she's young and confused. But one day she's gonna wake up and she's gonna be right here with me doing Raw reactions. Trust me, it's gonna happen. All hail Bootios, because it's a new day. Yes, it is. And they came out with one of the greatest promos I think I've ever heard. Now, I'm going to read my notes here word for word. I never usually do this, but I'm going to do it because I don't want to fuck it up. Now, Big E said, and I quote, "The vaudevillains are from a bygone era, an era that wasn't too kind to people like the New Day." Wow! That is one of the best lines I've ever heard, and I can't believe they actually said something like that live on Monday Night Raw. Wonderful, boys. Fantastic work. I almost forgot, there was a wrestling match that took place between the New Day and the Dudleys. Early on, it was pretty much all Dudleys. Bubba brought his shit-talking game again tonight, as he always does. Pretty back and forth match. At first, like I said, the Dudleys had the advantage. Then Big E comes into the ring. He kind of takes care of some business, but the Vaudevillains attack Xavier Woods while he's playing the trombone. Yes, I swear this is a wrestling show. And Kofi, who's in the ring, is like, what's going on? And he's all distracted and shit. And Devon, who is in the ring with Kofi, takes advantage and absolutely takes his fucking head off. Remember when Sin Cara's head got kicked into the third row? Well, Kofi's head is right next to it now because it almost got taken off with a big, mean lariat. For the 1, 2, 3, New Day is defeated by the Dudley Boyz with a little help from those vaudevillains. And finally, our main event of the evening, Jericho versus Big Cass. Now, this was really exciting. Some young, up-and-coming talent in the main event on Monday Night Raw. Incredible. The new era is here, right? Not exactly. Now, what happened was while Jericho was making his entrance to the ring, with the lights out and everything, somebody attacks him from behind, takes his jacket, and goofily makes his way to the ring. When the lights go back on, who is it? It's Captain Goofball Dean Ambrose, who proceeds to destroy Jericho's $15,000 jacket in revenge for what happened to Mitch the Plant. Two things here, people. A couple weeks ago on the highlight reel, wasn't Dean Ambrose the one who said that if he has an issue with someone, he comes at them face to face and isn't a coward like apparently Chris Jericho is? Not only did you attack him from behind, Dino, you attacked him in the fucking dark. Second, he couldn't even destroy the jacket correctly. I saw it with my own broski eyes. I looked down and the jacket was still working. The lights were still on. How do you fuck it up? He can't even destroy an inanimate object correctly. What a fucking goof. And of course, Jericho and Ambrose start going at it. They start brawling. Chris Jericho gets the upper hand because Dean Ambrose still hasn't learned that he shouldn't call people out because he sucks at fighting. So Jericho makes his way around the ring when Big Cass stands in his way. Jericho, for some reason, my God, I love you, Jericho, but why would you slap Big Cass? Look at him. He's gigantic. So he slaps Big Cass. Cass grabs him by the neck, slams him into the barricade, slams him into the apron, then throws him back into the ring. Ambrose hits Dirty D's, and only with the help of Big Cass, Dean Ambrose gets the upper hand on Chris Jericho to end the wrestling part of the show. But, not to be outdone, we go backstage to a segment where Stephanie and Shane are basically blowing each other and congratulating each other on the good job that they did tonight. Working together, working as a well-oiled machine, a fully functional unit. And that, my friends, was Monday Night Raw. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at MTLBroski for all the latest first thing in the morning news. Go give the Facebook fan page a like at facebook.com/FTITM, and go check out my SmackDown reviews as well as all the other great articles over at kayfabetoday.wordpress.com. But for now, those were my Raw reactions first thing in the morning. We'll see you next week.
Tonight is the night, bright lights, high crowd, yeah, we need to throw down, everybody get loud. Tonight